Hello, Buckskin Dave Morelli here. Welcome to another episode in the update of this Hawken Flintlock. Today I'm going to work on the Tang and get it fitted to the barrel, the Tang and the wood, so we can get ready to put the trigger plate on and get them all screwed in. We get to try our tool. It's around here somewhere. I'm looking forward to trying our tool that we built for drilling those Tang bolts. Anyway, I started with one that has the Tang slot here roughed in for me. I'll show you some of the things that I had to look out for. So let me get you up close. So one of the things that I found with this one, when they cut the barrel channel, they kind of just round it off, and you kind of got to square it up, and I did. And I found that when it was squared up and good, my Tang set like this, and was off-centered. So I worked it around using the lamp black, and I got it to where it's sitting almost to the base of the wood, the floor of the wood here, and it's level and straight. What I got to do now is, using the lamp black, see, I can see where it's touching. There's a little bit of a hump here, and this hump we need to work down. I like the curvature that I have, so we need to work it down so this bottom end goes in, and then we can file off the excess. Also, if you remember, we had a little excess sticking up here above the barrel, so we're going to need to work that down too. So I guess the first thing would be to start taking off some of the high places. I take just enough wood off to remove the black. It's really important to keep your tools sharp, especially with this curly maple. Okay. See, I've got some black rubbing off on the edges here, but I got that fit right where I want it. So I'm leaving that alone until I get this, oh yeah, where I want it, which is really close now, because the back is going down where I'm below the wood here, and I'm below the wood here, and this is really close to the wood here. So, and okay, I've been doing this for about a half hour, and I got it really good, and it's starting to sink where I got wood sticking up on both sides, except for right here, and it's touching most of the way down. This is sitting good. This tang is very thick, so if you have to take a 30-second off to even it up with the wood, you're not going to weaken it. The thicker it is, the better. This, I like it to be a little tiny bit below the wood, just in case I nick the edge of the wood, and when I polish it down even and sand it down even, it'll take those little nicks out. I think I'm going to have one spot right here, and then we'll be done with this. Yeah, I have, see, it's touching here, here, all along here. It's touching a lot. It's getting a good level floor down to here. So I think if I take a little bit off here, it'll get it right down to here where we want. And this is sitting straight. One thing, when this one was cut, I hope that focuses. When this one was cut, there's a little half circle in the wood right here. And sometimes that helps for having some relief back there for the hook. So I've left it there for right now. And if I don't need it, I get scoffed at a lot by a lot of guys, because a lot of times when I have a little indentation, like I'll fill it with bedding compound and put a little bedding compound down the back of this. It's not visible, it's not traditional or correct, but bedding compound is stronger than this wood, and it adds a little bit of strength, a little more strength right here in a spot where the most amount of force will probably be put on the rifle when you shoot it. So I also find that not every direction works well with this curly maple. This particular piece, working this way, I get a lot of jags, but if I work this way, it just shaves off the little chip that I need taken off. I know some fellas don't do it that way, but it seems to work for me. And this is really getting to where I want it now. Always keep you. I gotta always remember to put this. The black rubs off. If I don't remember to keep it on there, I don't get any black. Oh yeah. I also like to make sure that the sides are adequate, because hammering on this puts pressure this way also if it's really tight. This one's just like the right amount of tight, and it's really, I think we're going to stop there. I'm going to mark it where I need to grind or file a little bit off, so we can do it off of the stock first. And then we know we need to take some
first
off the top
I know
face.
I gotta cut this up and even it up with the barrel. And it's quite a bit. Probably just under 1/8 of an inch, probably more like 1/16 or a little less. So we're gonna start right there. I'm trying to keep this curvature close, and you can see there's a dip right there, right here. And we'll end up working that right out of there. Then I'm going to have to figure out how to get into these little half circles. I have to find a file that fits in there. Okay, top flat is good now. Now we're going to work on these little half circle things. And you got to find the right size, round file or half circle file. I just happen to have one that's the right size. And I'm going to work the face down first. And then I can work it back, and it's hard. Try to hold it in there so you don't scratch the face of the breech, or it's really tough to hold it in there. But I'm going to work these down, then I'll smooth them out, And then we'll be able to finish the tang all the way back. Okay. So I got these edges good now. They're all flushed up. When you're doing this top edge, okay, you want that to be flat. That one's I gotta make this nice and flat so it matches to the barrel. But as I come back, especially just past these two edges here, this edge and this edge, then I need to start rounding it a little. And I'll do some of that in the stock. I did some of it in the stock here. I'm gonna work on this now, this section here. And in the back here, I'm gonna work on the very back of the tang. There's a deep depression there that needs to be worked out. And then it'll be ready for some sandpaper. And that'll be about where I'll keep it for right now. Once I screw this down to the trigger plate and get an idea where it's at, and then I'll work it so it's even with the wood and metal all the way around and has the right curvature as it comes off of this. So a little bit more, not much. Okay. So we're really in good shape here now. I got a nice tight fit all the way around. A good tight fit to my barrel here. It's a little low here, but that's where we'll work the wood down. And it's just about even right here, which is good. All these, you'll notice that I put a little bit of a shine on it with some 220. And you might think, well, that's a little premature because you're going to be filing this, getting it all even. I like to do everything towards finish because finish is a tedious over and over and over until it's perfect type thing. So I start my finish now. If I rough this up, making a better fit or making this, you know, the right shapes, that's fine. I'll come back and finish it. Plus, this piece of metal has a divot right here, and I couldn't get it out with the file without going below this. And for right now, I'm going to leave that alone. That will come out when I polish the wood and fit the wood better. But for right now, this is ready to go. I mean, we're ready for our next step. That's where we are now. Stick with us. We'll be moving along with this rifle. I'm leaving a lot of the chiseling and grinding stuff off because that's just tedious to sit and watch. And by no means is this the only way to build a rifle. I'm building rifles by trial and error, mostly error. So as we go along, I learned from previous mistakes, and so I'm doing things a little different. If you guys do something different or build something different or do something a different way, or you see something that I'm doing that's foolish and could be corrected, please put it in the comments. You can't hurt my feelings. So anyway, we're going to continue on with this. Stay with me. Stay with Morelli's Tactical Advantage. I'm Dave Morelli. I'll see you next update. Bye-bye.